fans out there. This is Leigh with Coda Country, and today I am joined by Cameron Snowden. How are you today, Cameron?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on here to talk to y'all.
Awesome. Well, Cameron reached out to me through social media, and if you don't follow Cameron already, Cameron, why don't you give me like a snippet or like a little blurb about where we can find you on social media just so we can start following along with you?
Sure thing. You can find me at Cameron.Snowden on Instagram or Twitter. Also at Cameron Snowden on TikTok. Those are the 3 platforms I'm most active on.
Very cool. Awesome. So I know that you're originally from Kentucky. Right now, you're a Harvard student. So listen up, everybody out there. This is a really smart guy. So talk to me about how balancing your college career at Harvard works out within your country music career that you have going on right now.
Well, it's certainly difficult in a lot of regards. Being a student at Harvard is definitely demanding. I have to devote a lot of time to assignments and stuff. But I also make sure to make time to, write music, find places to play, find people to play with, record stuff, things of that nature. So it's definitely a balancing act, but it's one that I'm happy to do.
How's the country music community up there in Harvard?
It's definitely a pretty niche community. Boston's a pretty big area, so you can find people who are into just about anything, but still kind of difficult to find people at times.
Right. Probably different from Kentucky for sure.
Right.
So, okay, tell me about how you got started in music in general.
Sure. So I was introduced to music at a young age. When I grew up, my dad played guitar, but he also played a lot of music that he liked. So I was like 4 years old listening to, Nirvana and Weezer and all kinds of other stuff from like the 90s, like alternative. And my mom has always been like a big country music fan. So I was very young listening to like Reba and Billy Ray Cyrus, Conway Twitty as well. And, throughout my life that I guess exposure to music just kind of culminated in me eventually getting interested in making music.
Yeah, that's so amazing. So do you think any of those earlier influences have an effect on your style now?
I would say certainly, especially some of the, I guess, more alternative stuff that my dad listened to when I was growing up. I started listening to some of that, as well as like, he put me onto like the Beatles and a few other, key artists of the past. And I think listening to a lot of those musicians definitely influenced, if not like how my music sounds and my songwriting and, the stories I tell and the imagery I try to invoke and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue to talk about some of your original stuff. You have The Daylight, which is out on all streaming platforms now. Tell me a little bit about that write and how that went for you.
So the inspiration behind that song was a night that I spent out in Perry County, Kentucky over the summer with some of my friends, a bunch of guys up to no good out in the country. And, I came out of that night with this like looming sense that for some reason, like I could have died during that night. And so I took a couple of days to reflect on it. And then sometime in late July or early August 2022, I was just like, this experience has to be put into a song, and the rest just came to me.
So, and that's a song that you wrote completely by yourself, no collaboration there?
Correct. No songwriting collaboration. I recorded the song. Yeah, I recorded the song in a studio in Powell County, Kentucky, called Fat Cave Studios with the help of a guy named Sam Rogers. But yeah, no songwriting collaboration.
Cool. So any other future projects that you're working on now that we can look forward to hearing?
Yeah, I have several singles written that I need to find the time to record again in my ever developing balancing act.
In your busy schedule. Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
The goal is for me to get an EP out before the end of this year. So yeah, definitely look forward to that.
Yeah, so if there's anybody listening out there that wants to help Cameron get on board recording that EP, you know where to find him now for sure. So tell me, we also talked a little bit about how you schedule live shows within your busy schedule too. Do you have anything coming up or anything that's in the works as far as live performances go?
Yeah. So right now I am looking at a few different places around Cambridge where I'm based for the semester, where I might have a show before I leave in May, one of them being the Queen's Head on Harvard's campus. And then further down the pipeline this summer, I'm in talks with the owner of the Pit House in Powell County, Kentucky, to do a show there at some point. So that definitely look out for both of those venues.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of your music favorites. I know we talked about your earlier influences and what you listened to back in the day, but what are you currently listening to? Like, what's at the top of your playlist right now?
Mm-hmm. I have a very diverse music taste. So, I mean, a lot of what I listen to is like Tyler Childers, Cole Chaney, Nicholas Jamerson, Sturgill Simpson, a lot of Kentucky artists, some 49 Winchester. But then on the flip side, I'm also a big fan of like SZA, Frank Ocean, a lot of contemporary R&B acts, even some classic R&B acts like Marvin Gaye, Lionel Richie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, very cool. So if there was someone who you could tour with, and I know you just said that you like love a lot of the Kentucky artists out there. Is there artists who you would like to eventually have a show with, like an opening act spot or going on a tour spot with? Anybody like that you're interested in hitting the road with?
I would definitely say Nicholas Jamerson or Cole Chaney. I've had the pleasure of talking to both of them actually, and they just seem like really nice people, genuinely cool people. So doing an opening show for either of them and having more opportunity to just talk to them and hang out, I think would be very cool.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like your style matches with theirs pretty well too. So I think that would be an awesome show to see for sure. Okay, so I'm going to cut this just a little bit short because I'd love to talk to you more, but it is your lunchtime, so I don't want to mess up anything in your busy day. So tell me, is there anything that you want to promote or any person that you'd like to give a shout out to before we hop off today?
I'd definitely like to give a shout out to Sam Rogers in the Fat Cave Studios. They've been a big help with everything I've done up to now, so I'm eternally grateful for everything they've done for me.
Very cool. That's an awesome shout out. So everybody listening, make sure that you tune in to catch Cameron Snowden's success and rise to fame. Check out his social media handles and see where he's going to be next. And you heard it here from Leigh with Coda Country. Thanks so much.